When the list of the most resilient politicians of 2024 is written, I kid you not, the name of one Geoffrey Rigathi Gachagua is likely not to miss in it. And I'm saying so simply because despite the political tide that swept away his earlier position of being the second in command in this country, he was able to maneuver through it and showed some resilience right from its beginning all the way to its finaltimate cause. It's like Geoffrey Rigathi Gachagua fully understood that it is always the brutal nature of politics that usually sharpens a politician. And that is exactly why we did see him act with the highest form of resilience right from when he was being processed for impeachment all the way to when it did come to its finaltimate cause. And from where I sit, I strongly believe Geoffrey Rigathi Gachagua is an epitome of resilience. Even right after he was impeached, he never backed down, but instead he made himself a household name. And that is why up to the time of this broadcast, when you tell someone fanya kila kitu bora usiguze mlima, he automatically fully understands where that non-value added idiom originated from. It's like Geoffrey Rigathi Gachagua fully understood that it is iron that usually sharpens iron, and that is exactly how he managed to enjoy the ridance of the whole impeachment motion to build his constituency from the Mount Kenya region. And that is exactly how the former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and his then deputy William Samoei Ruto were able to turn the negative political case against him. By then at the ICC, they were able to convert it into a political tool just for them to enjoy the ridance and seek sympathy for Kenyans to vote for them. And guess what? It is through resilience that they managed to maneuver through the ridance and were able to be voted in, and the case was brought to a closure. And in Rigathi's case, it is equally the same thing. He used his impeachment motion to build a constituency, and as of the time of this broadcast, we are all alive to the cognizant fact of the kind of influence that Rigathi gained, of which he never had previously. However, when you just have a look at Rigathi Gachagua, then you may simply think that this man is a fool. But from where I sit, I kid you not, the man is very much far from being one. And one thing that I'm always sure, and as sure as the sun shall rise tomorrow, is that if President William Samoei Ruto shall come to his realization that Rigathi is the only hindrance to his re-election in 2027, I kid you not, I see a string of possibilities that President William Samoei Ruto is likely to approach Rigathi so that they can sign a bilateral agreement purposely so that he can infiltrate him into government and so that they can enjoy the national cake together. And when I say such, if you are a Ruto or Rigathi supporter, I strongly believe you may think that I am being delusional, but from where I sit, that is the facticity of what is likely to happen. Simply because if at all Rigathi's influence is going to be very detrimental to President Ruto's re-election, I kid you not, and you can save this video for reference, the two politicians are likely to work together. Remember, this is politics, and in politics, anything is pretty much possible. Who knew after the fallout in the 2007 general election, who knew that in 2024, the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga and President William Samoei Ruto will sign a bilateral agreement so that they can work together? That being far, should I even remind you of who knew that President William Samoei Ruto would make an impromptu visit to his biggest critic, being the former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, so that he can seek advice and share government for purposes of taming Rigathi's influence. So in politics, there is no permanent enemies or permanent friends, but rather their interests shall always supersede those of the nation. And so, long story short, it remains that however bad the former DP Rigathi was, we should just give him credit on the kind of resilience and perseverance he did show as a politician. And as I come to the penultimate part of this episode, from where I sit, that has just been my opinion. If by any chance you do have a contrary opinion to mine, you can as well just feel free to drop them in the comment section and I'll give them a right of reply. And by any chance, if you have been watching my videos and you have not subscribed, you can as well just consider hitting on the subscribe button. Thank you, and may God bless you.